Oh, you can start by asking what's your name and what do you do?
Well, my name is Karl-Oskar Brännström. I work as a senior management consultant and partner at Flexuro.
Yeah. And what do you do in Flexuro?
Well, my main responsibilities is senior management consulting. It's development of methods and methodology for process optimization.
Process optimization. Then how do you use technology for the process optimization?
Well, we don't really use technology for the process optimization, but the process optimization must take place before we can use the software to automate the process as such. Which means that we do have technology for modeling, for simulating, for executing business processes. But our company works with the two parts. One part is the tool, the software, the technology, and the other part is methods to be able to go into an organization and find their optimized way of working with a specific process.
So let's say you're gonna do a method for decision, like what's it called? Yeah, it's pretty much a method for decision to do things pretty. Because I know when you make a decision, you try to do it not objectively.
Yes.
And you use methods like decision trees and like. How much easier does it become because of technology?
Well, when it comes to the process optimization and the business rules as such, technology is what makes it possible. Since, as you said, you would like an objective business rule to be triggered on certain circumstances. As long as the decisions are made by a human, you have the subjectivity going into it, which means that you don't really ever know exactly what happens. Which means that when you're handling them as business rules on a technological platform, and when you execute the process, you will get that business rule to be executed in an objective way. And any needs for exceptions are, of course, also business rules, which means that if it's the need in the business process for exceptions, that, well, today we do this differently, or for this customer we do it differently, you also have to express the exceptions as business rules.
Yeah. How much, let's just go through an average company that's somewhat clueless. They've done a lot of the decisions on instinct, and they're trying to get back on track. What would you do to get them back on track using, like, what are the steps you use? Generally, you don't have to.
It's a very good question, because it's our core business. This is the method we are using, is that we always start from an interested party analysis. Which means that if you have a process that is not working well, or you have the suspicion that it's not working well, what we start with doing is making an interested party analysis, which means that we try to look upon the interested parties for the process as such. We prioritize these, and we try to identify the real customer outcome, what you really want this process to do. That lies as a ground for the starting point and the ending point in the process. And normally when we have made the interested party analysis, the start point is actually before, and the ending point will be later than they were normally. And of course, this interested party analysis, the prioritized results, is then later what the process is supposed to produce. And very often what we come across is that processes that are not working, or that is working badly, not only are they inefficient in their execution, in their activities, but also they are producing a lot of results that are never used in the organization as such, which means that you're actually putting efforts in producing things that is not needed. So an optimization is both an optimization to know how you should do things, how the organization and the knowledge workers and your system should collaborate to produce a specific results, but it's also to get rid of all the results that is no longer needed.
Yeah. I know that a lot of project managers, especially, they can tend to be quite stubborn. If they make bad decisions, it's much on instinct. They don't use services like yours, like they write decision trees and that. How do you use technology, or how do you convince them through your models and technology that they're wrong, basically?
Well, that's also a good question. We don't. We are not convincing them about anything. They are the one convincing themselves. When we're working in a workshop, and that is also one key element of our offering, is that all the process modeling, all the process development, until execution actually is made in a workshop with the stakeholders for the specific process, which means that all decisions that is taken, all the conclusions that are made by these stubborn people. So it's when we're discussing this, it becomes clearly to them that we should probably do this in a different manner. And this is also, as I said, it's a key element to our offering, because we really want an ownership for the specific process at the customer's place. The first process that is executed, we tend to call it version 2.0 because we made some piloting before we actually executed it. But the key element to the BPM offering is that you continuously should improve this business process. And that can only be done by the people working in it and for the people that actually owns it. Which means that ownership and understanding and conclusions has to belong to the organization.
Okay. So what you pretty much do is you